Cuba! It's me, Elian Habanero. It is episode 5 of the W.I.L.L.I.W show. W.I.L.L.I.W stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling, and I love wrestling. See that there? That's why it's on my body. Now, I tried to watch some wrestling for you guys last night, but it's hard. Dave Chappelle, I can't stop watching that, and Thursday is also MasterChef night, but I did. Check out 205 Live. Tomorrow, I will watch Impact and review that on episode 6. But 205, the first match, TJ Perkins versus Tony Nese. It was a good, slow match. They gave them some time. Tony Nese looks really good to me. I remember him from HOH, House of Hardcore. I just feel bad because the crowd all leaves after SmackDown and they don't make that much noise, and it's hard to really get into the characters. The crowd noise makes it for me. I love when the crowd is big, but it was a good match. And then Brian Kendrick. Anything he does, I love Brian Kendrick. He is my favorite cruiserweight on 205 Live. It was just a quick thing, but I'm still happy to see him on there. And then I like Austin Aries when he was an announcer. I loved him as an announcer. And guess what? I got my wish as he was an announcer for the last match, the main event. The thing about 205 that was the most exciting for me. And you know I love excitement. The funniest thing to me was when he was doing his promo and he kept saying Neville's level. Now let's say that 5 times fast. Neville's level, Neville's level, Neville's level, Neville's level, Neville's level. Nailed it. Now, that's enough for 205 Live. Let's talk Ontario. Everybody should support Ontario independent wrestling. I have some friends that wrestle in Ontario. I wrestle in Ontario. And tomorrow, we have 2 big shows for you. The first one, 3:30 p.m. is Lucha Slam 3, Brantford, Ontario. We got Barricade in the main event. We have a tag team match with Ricky James and Pepperjack against Kid Canuck and Bloody Scullion. I may have mixed up who's on whose team, but those 4 guys are in the match. We also have Caitlin Diamond in action and a few other people in action. Guaranteed, it will be a solid show, and we may even have an appearance by Gordo and Tammy there. And if I just want to say, any fans that have a chance, if you see Gordo and Tammy at the show, walk up to them and thank them for everything they have done for the great sport of wrestling in Ontario. Now, make sure also, very, very important, folks, and I mean important, do not park in the church parking lot. That pastor will have your vehicle towed, and we do not want that. But have a great time at the show. And there was another one, Windsor, Ontario, BCW, 7:30 p.m. We have the show March Breakdown, and I believe there is Shane Douglas on the card, Hornswoggle, Cody Deaner, Billy Gunn, so many more. I could go on. There's so many great talent on the show. If you get to see it, you will not be disappointed. And I just love talking about wrestling. I hope you guys go out there and support. Maybe you should comment on the videos. If you go to the show, tell me what you think about them. Tell me what matches you like. I would love to hear it. Now, I got a little bit of a bone to pick, and it's hard to pick a bone because the skin's always in the way. Well, first the clothes are in the way, then the skin's in the way. It's hard to get to the bone unless you cut yourself. But I do have a bone to pick. There's this guy. I've been signed to wrestle him like 8 weeks from now. Corey Spade. And he keeps talking about me. Bringing me up. Taking shots at me. It's like, dude, this is 8 weeks away. I think you're jumping the gun a little bit on this one. But that's fine. You want to talk about me? Just know, in a Havana street fight, I will not lose. I cannot lose. You don't know how to fight like in the street in Havana. Dude, even if you went to Cuba, you would have just stayed in the resort because you'd be too scared to venture outside the resort. Now, a lot of people like to call this guy a nugget or a weasel. To me, that's disrespectful to Owen Hart and to Bobby the Brain Heenan because you're not even close to being on their level, Corey Spade. I'll tell you one thing. To me, I'm gonna call you a booger because you're like one of those hard ones that gets stuck in the back of your nose that you just can't get out, and then you don't want to pick it in front of everybody, so you get the Kleenex and roll it up and try and get in there, and then when no one's looking, you finally go in the bathroom and pick it out. That's what you are. You're a booger, or you're like the gum on your shoe when you step in it, and you can't get it off. That's what you are. Keep my name out of your mouth. even though we are gonna wrestle. I love wrestling. You love talking. I know my show is all about talking, but it's talking about wrestling. You're just trying to bash me. I'm not in for that. This has been the Willow Show, episode 5. I am your host, Elian Habanero. And remember, like, or you get a leg drop. Comment, or you get a clothesline. Subscribe, or you get a suplex. I love wrestling. Cuba!